Hi, this is Tom from Tom Nutter Photography and TomNutterPhotos.com. Like many photographers these days, I have begun to think about offering motion and videography in addition to my years of experience and skill set with still photography. So in this video, I'd like to do a quick review of some fairly inexpensive lighting equipment, LED lighting equipment, that will help me and you get started in motion. What I've come up with is with an investment of about $500. And yes, all things are relative. $500 is not a whole lot of money really when it comes down to professional lighting equipment. I've invested in 3 LED lights. I have bought 2 of these lights. This is a VL380 light, LED light made by Promaster. And I have also bought a Promaster 160 LED light, which I use as a third light in a simple 3-point lighting setup. And you'll see that lighting setup after this quick overview of the gear, and you can see how the lights work in action. So stay tuned. This is the VL380 light, the basic light. I bought 2 of these. What you have here is your basic controls. This is the place where you plug in the 12-foot power cord that comes with the light. This is a spot to plug in another cord that is a remote. It's not a wireless remote, but it's a long cord that you can use to control the light from, say, the camera position. This is the on-off switch and also the power switch. It is just basically a rheostat, like a dimmer switch, that goes from full power seamlessly all the way down to almost 0 power and then off. In addition, you have a light stand mount that is movable. This is not removable from the light, it's permanent on the light. And also you have a spot for an umbrella. As far as batteries, if you don't want to use the power cord, you can certainly pull off the battery compartment and you can put in 10 AA batteries to power these lights on location. As far as light modifiers go, the basic light comes with a reflector that's approximately a 7 3/4 inch reflector, which fits on here via a bayonet style mount. In addition to the reflector, you get a nylon diffuser, which I actually like and use a lot. It's a little bit hard to get on there, but once it's on, it stays really well. And also, you get with each light a 2x3 approximately softbox with a removable front. Okay, so here you can see the light with the softbox set up in a horizontal configuration. I would say it's approximately 2 feet by 3 feet. The box also comes with 2 baffles. This one would go inside the box here, and then this one would fit over the softbox. And there is some Velcro on the sides which actually make it fit pretty good. It's a little bit fiddly, but once you get it set up, it's actually not a bad little softbox for what it is. That's the softbox. And some final thoughts on the softbox. Keep in mind that this housing is plastic, and these are metal rods that hold the softbox together. And I was talking with the gentleman at the camera store where I bought these, and we both kind of agreed that it might be better if you're going to use the softboxes to set them up permanently and not take them down and put them back together constantly, because it's going to produce too much wear and tear on this ring in here, and eventually it's going to break something. My solution is instead to use umbrellas like I'm using on the light that is off camera lighting this scene. The other light I have is the Promaster 160 LED light. It's just a small light designed to go on camera via one of these tripod sockets if you want to. It comes with 2 diffusers, a tungsten correction filter, and just a plain old diffuser. A simple switch is a push button on-off rheostat, and when it's on, you get some red LEDs that tell what power setting you're at. You can also use a rechargeable battery, a Sony style battery, or inside you can put 6 AA batteries to power the thing wirelessly. That's a quick rundown of the lights. So in the next segment, you're going to see them in action as I do a studio video interview type shoot with a model named Sarah. So here I am with Sarah. She's an accomplished actor and model. She's been kind enough to sit in with me today and work on this lighting setup with these Promaster VL380 lights. What I have right now is the entire 4-light setup ready to go as if I were going to do an interview with her. But what I'm going to do is turn off all but the key light and mess up the key light and then start all over and setting up the shot one light at a time so you can see how effective these VL380 lights are in setting up an interview type situation. So stay tuned. I'm going to start with the key light, and as you can see, it doesn't look very flattering right now. So basically what I'm starting with is the VL380 light with the simple diffuser that came with it that you put over the reflector. And it is very important to be precise with your lighting because a few inches here or there, as you can see, can make a dramatic difference in how the light looks on the model's face. So that looks pretty good. Raise it just a little bit. We want to make sure we have catch lights in the eyes, and we want to make sure the light is pointed at the model. Now, using my second VL380 light, I'm going to use it in a large silver umbrella as a fill light. So I'm going to turn that on, starting at full power. And there are two ways to adjust the light. You can adjust it through distance from the model, as well as with this light, there's a rheostat where you can adjust the brightness. And you generally want to have the light so you have a good fill, so there's not a whole lot of contrast in the model's face, but you do not want the light bright enough to cause a second group of shadows on their face because that's extremely unflattering. Okay, so now we have the key light with the VL380 and also another VL380 in an umbrella as the fill light. And now the third most important light for 3-point lighting is, of course, the hair light. So the light I'll be using for that is also a Promaster light. It is a 160 LED light. And for right now, I'll just set it on full power. And again, it's also kind of important to adjust this light. You don't want it too far behind the model where you can't see any effect from the light, but you don't want it too far forward so it spills on the model's face and causes, again, strange highlights or shadows. Okay, then the final light, some say is the least important light because it isn't directly on the model, but it can definitely add an accent to the shot, is the background light. And this particular light I made from an old studio light. You can use a variety of light, including daylight and ambient light from the room, and a shutter speed aperture combination to bring that background light up. So we'll adjust that there. And generally speaking, you again don't want the background light way above the model's head or out of the shot way below the model. So you want to kind of have it so the gradation of the light basically starts to fall off somewhere around the model's shoulder line or slightly above, just to separate the model from the background. The VL380s were not without problems when I first started looking at them. At the store, when I was looking at one of them, the display model, the rheostat broke, stopped working right in the store. And that was an issue that kind of almost scared me away from these lights. The other issue I had was when I bought these two particular lights, I brought them home and one of the AC adapters shorted out and stopped working within 5 minutes of messing around with the lights. As far as this light goes, it's the same plastic build quality. It is adequate, but again, the switch, I don't know how long the switch is going to last. Hopefully it will be okay. I've had this light for about a month now, and I have had no real problems with it not working. My advice there would be to try to buy these lights in hand. In other words, don't buy them on the internet. Try to go to a camera shop, a quality camera shop, like Cameras Etc. in Newark, Delaware, for instance, where I shop, where they can let you handle the lights and play with the lights and make sure that the actual lights you're buying are in perfect working order when you get them. To that end, Promaster does offer a 1-year replacement warranty for equipment that stops working. So that's their solution, I guess, to quality control, is to just offer a replacement. But that is definitely something to consider. And I do agree that these lights need to be treated a little bit more delicately when you handle them than with some kind of professional grade like Lowell lights or something along those lines that cost, you know, hundreds and thousands of dollars more than these do. And that is the biggest drawback of these lights. So as a final thought, you can watch Sarah in the final shot that we came up with this lighting kit, and she has some tips for anyone who might end up in front of a camera for an interview. So thanks for watching. Okay, so what do you think about, from the standpoint of a person who is the subject of the video, how comfortable are you with these LED lights?
So if you're the subject of a video, a few things to know about the lighting. It is kind of bright. I happen to be used to it, but if you're not, it's okay. If you have sensitive sight, I recommend having a bottle of eye drops with you, and don't feel like you have to look directly into them. Your eyes will adjust too, I promise, the further into the video you get. Also a little bit about sound. Today we're using an overhead mic, but you may be asked to wear what's called a lav or a lavalier. It's something that would clip to your lapel or to your shirt, and it has a wire that would run underneath your shirt. It has a little mic pack that usually gets clipped to your pocket. Also, in terms of makeup, wear it. Ladies, definitely do your makeup. Men, even if you aren't used to wearing makeup, you've never worn makeup in your life, this might be the time to either steal your wife's powder or just go buy some from your local CVS, just so you're not shiny. You want to make sure you look attractive on camera.